Right. So it seems that most of you are here already. So let us now continue our discussion. So again, when we see intellectual property, it is the property that you have on the internet. Okay, it is an invention, an art, or writings, or processes that you yourself created it. Okay, so if someone stole your idea, stole your work, your art, then you can file a case to them, say plagiarism. Okay, and then of course we have here the intellectual property, right? So here are things that you need to know when it comes to suing. That every person has a right to own someone, or not someone, something. Okay, own something, especially if he or she's the one who created that work. Okay, we are entitled to be the creator of that certain property. Okay, so copyright protects any tangible form expression. So that is why we have this word copyright. Okay, so if it's a copyright to this company, then you can maybe ask that company to give you a copy. Okay, but of course there is a maybe a contract or a rules that you need to follow before they will give you a copy of their work. Okay, then there is another way for the internet to measure or to check whether you are conducting illegal things. So we have here the digital rights management, or DRM. So it is a strategy designed to prevent illegal distribution of movies, music, and other digital content. So in here, if you are now like selling or making money out of someone's work, okay, especially if it's a movie or a music or any digital content, then DRM might detect you, and then will sue you for whatever you are doing. So just be careful when it comes to uh, distributing illegal informations or movies, etc. Okay, and then we have here the codes of conduct. So this one is actually uh, common sense already. Okay, so you guys are already big enough to know what are the things that you can do and cannot do once you're on the internet. Okay. And then we also have here green computing. Again, this one is ethics or your morals. Okay, so of course, conserve energy. Okay, reduce environmental waste. Okay, so do not just uh, you know even though you're rich, just if possible recycle your paper and then buy recycled paper, and then recycle the toner and ink cartridges, computers, mobile devices, etc., etc. Okay, so be a good netizen. Okay, in other words, just be a good human being. Okay, and we also have here information privacy. So this one refers to the right of individuals and companies to deny or restrict the collection and use of information about them. Okay, so this one is similar with copyright. So they are like limiting, not really limiting. We don't allow other people to copy their work. Okay, especially if it's a movie or a big hit when it comes to trend nowadays. So yeah, we call that one information privacy. Okay, so here are the things that you need to know on how to safeguard personal information. So I will leave the reading part to you guys. And here's also one thing that you need to avoid, to avoid leakage of your information, especially when it comes to registration and product warranty. So some are asking you a full information, but that is not actually necessary. Okay. So just fill up whatever is necessary, but do not include or put your personal information in there. Okay. And we have here the cookie, wherein you guys might have already encountered this one once you're on the browser or to a certain website. wherein it will ask you allow cookie to this website. So actually that one is helpful in some cases, but mostly that one is uh, you know 50-50. So we could say that yeah, it's 50% safe and 50% not safe. Why? Because it will allow them for you to, of course, to personalize. It will allow them to store usernames or passwords. It will allow them for you to assist with online shopping. It will allow them to track how often users visit their site. It will allow them to target advertisements. Okay, but we don't know. Or in other words, when say cookie, you're just simply allowing them to gain access to your computer. Okay, so if you block cookies on that website, meaning they don't have access to your computer anymore. Okay, there are even some websites wherein before you can upload a certain picture, you have to allow the cookie, which is uh, mm, anong English ng kahina-hinala? Yeah, it's kind of suspicious already. Okay, so thank you for that, Sir Kuya Bri. Actually, I have a roommate in here. So he's the one who answered the word suspicious. So thank you so much. Baka sasabihin nyo, nakausap akong multo eh. Anyway, kanina ko pa gustong sabihin yung word na suspicious, pero hindi ko maisip-isip. Anyway, so just be suspicious at that point already. Okay, so if they're asking you to allow to use a cookie. Anyway, so this is how cookie works. So step one, of course, you will visit a certain website and then blah 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 blah, and then after 5 seconds, allow cookie, blah blah blah. So if you allowed it, then you might be able to access some of the functionalities, and then if you block it, then you might not be able to access some of the functionalities of that website. So that's the pros and cons when it comes to allowing and not allowing the cookies on that website, right? But in my case, just to be safe, I always block that one, okay? And then we have here phishing, which is similar with IP spoofing, but when I say phishing, it's more on a scam about financial informations, okay? So they are the one who's in charge to create a very legitimate, not yeah, very look-alike legitimate website of a certain bank. Okay, so like if you're going to pay online, okay, so that is now where phishing is coming from, especially if you're not sure if that website is really the correct or legitimate website. Okay, so this one will happen, especially if you just click a link wherein it will lead you to pay the uh, product that you have ordered. Okay, so we call that one clickjacking. Okay, so it is an object that can be clicked on a website contains a malicious program, or it will lead you to a malicious website, right? And we also have here spyware and then adware. So we have already discussed this one a while ago, so I will skip this one. And for social engineering, so this one is defined as gaining unauthorized access to or obtaining confidential information by taking advantage of the trusting human nature. Okay, so take note, trusting human nature of some victims and the naivety of the others. So one very good example of this one is stable use some high ranking people or one of the, let's say, most influential blogger, okay, to advertise their product. So in that case, they are now, becoming more legitimate. They are now becoming more okay with the eyes of the viewers. But in reality, okay, they are just only using that high ranking person, to gain your trust as a customer. Okay, so why do they use this one, social engineering? This is a one-time, big-time project. Actually. So uh, uh, let's say that blogger ordered a phone wherein it's 50% off, and then yeah, it came, and it's also real. So now that blogger will tell to the viewers that you can order to this person and it's 50% off and it's real, like it's not a scam. Okay, but in reality, the only one that they are sending their items are to those uh, highly ranking people or the influential people, and then the others who are just a citizen. Okay, so they are the one who's going to get scammed. Okay, so they are actually the target of that uh, company or of that group of scammers. Okay, so yeah, that is where social engineering takes its place. All right, so much with that. So privacy laws. This is the concern about privacy has led to the enactment of federal honesty laws regarding the storage and disclosure of personal data. Okay, so in every website or in every data, we have this privacy laws. Okay, well, we actually have a lot of laws like Children's Internet Protection Act, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. But even though we have those laws, okay, up to this point, we are still not that um, implemented or verbal. Yes, they are there to protect us from anyone who's going to do bad things online, but they are not that reliable for now. Okay, so yes, they are reliable in USA maybe, like if you just bash someone or if you uh, leak, not leak, if you posted a fake news and then they uh, prove that you have really posted fake news, then yeah, you may or you might go to jail in no time. But here in the Philippines, even though we have these laws, so it's still not that serious. Like, still okay. Okay, our forensic people, or I don't know how do you call who manage online thing in our uh, on the internet of the Philippines. So it's not that well implemented. Anyway, and we have here employee monitoring. So this one involves the use of computers, mobile devices, or cameras to observe, record, and review an employee's use of a technology, including communications such as email messages, keyboard activity, used to measure productivity, and websites visited. So we will usually see this one in the big companies, wherein of course you have employees. Okay, and then every computers will be under monitor to, let's say, a group of people. Okay, so we are monitoring what are the things that you're doing to your computer. Okay, so if you are the person who's downloading, okay, especially movies, okay, like uTorrent, then they might call you that do not download movies to your computer. So it is not used for you to download a certain movie. Okay, so use a computer for you to, uh, work and for you to uh, do what is ever the company is asking to do. Okay, aside from doing some unnecessary things. Okay, so many programs exist that easily allow employers to mentor employees. Further, it is legal. Yeah, so it is legal. Okay, for employers to use these programs. Okay, so here are the things that we can do when we have this program to monitor a certain employee. So actually, right from the start, they can already filter some contents, okay, or they can restrict uh, the access to, say, if you want to access the downloads, so they can restrict that one. They can also restrict the access to the maybe settings or tweaking the settings of your computer, etc. And they can also filter the website that you can visit, especially if it's pornography or if it's a website where you can download a movie. So yeah, they can filter that one. Okay, so they can restrict you to access that specific website. And voila. So that's it for the module 3. So any questions so far? How about
None, sir.
okay? So really, I'm so sorry, guys. So maybe this is the only time that it will, or that it took us up to part 5 of Zoom meeting. Okay, that is because we have discussed the module 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, so next meeting or next week, we will only discuss it for 1 hour 30 minutes or maximum of 2 hours. Okay, not 3 hours or not 4 hours. All right. So if you guys do not have a question anymore, again, just a reminder, your quiz will be, or your quiz on module 1 and 2 will be next meeting, okay, this coming Thursday. So make sure to review those 2 modules. And to those who haven't watched the video yet, so please watch the video of those module 1 and 2. So I have explained everything in there. And if you guys have a question or clarification regarding uh, the module or how I explain things, then you can message me, okay, so I can clarify things with you. All right, so yeah, I guess that's it. I'll just post the recorded Zoom meeting later on, okay, so you can check the link on the watch videos under week 2 module 3. All right, so again, thank you guys for coming, especially to those who uh, retain or chose to stay. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you too,
Thank you,
Thank you,
Cynthia.
sir.
sir.
Thank you too. Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye,
Sir,
sir.
bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.